Hey there YouTube family, it's Melanie and I'm here to share with you my weekly rewind. This will be for the dates of October 29th until September 4th, I believe. So let me go ahead and jump into this video and share with you what happened to us this week. Okay, so let me start off by saying that on Monday is actually when I did my last weekly rewind, and it was like a 2-week thing, and I'll post a link for you here so you can go back and look at that. But that's when I did my last one, and so it kind of feels like I just did this even though it's been almost a week. So Monday was pretty uneventful. We started our week off, we did school, and Monday was actually the first day that I went back to working out after having a 5-week break from working out. That was not an intentional break, it's just kind of how life happened. So that's that. Tuesday and Wednesday and half of Thursday, on the other hand, were a tad bit miserable because I was in bed sick for 2.5 days. It was not enjoyable. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday were those were 2 days that I was like, man, I'm glad we homeschooled, because this would have been really, really difficult for me to get up and get my kids off to school and, you know, just do everything that I needed to do if we didn't homeschool. On the other hand, I thought to myself, but if we didn't homeschool, right now my kids would be at school and I could just rest. So, you know what? There you go. People are always asking me, are there any drawbacks to homeschooling? I guess that's one of them. When you, as the mom slash teacher, are so sick that you cannot even teach your kids, unless your kids are old enough like mine are to kind of guide themselves through the lessons with minimal, you know, input from me, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what I would do in that case. School holiday, we don't have school today. Anyway, so those 2 days were pretty bad. I literally have nothing to report from those days except I was sick. I'm over it now, obviously. Thank you for all your prayers. I did put out a request on Facebook for prayers. I don't do that very often, and it took me a day and a half, almost 2 days of being sick before I was finally willing to admit that I was sick and ask for some prayers. So thank you very much to all of you who sent out prayers. They were very much appreciated and very much felt, and I think that they helped. So on Thursday, I felt better. I was not like 100%, but I was feeling better. You guys know how that is. When you've spent 2 days, 2.5 days in bed, you literally like was starving. I wanted to eat everything in my house. I felt like, because I really didn't eat much over the days when I was sick, and I really didn't have a whole lot of energy, so it was kind of like, it was like a slow moving day for me. But I was on the mend, and so everything was getting better. But let me tell you what happened on Thursday, because booyah, I am excited. And when I tell you guys what happened, you will understand why. So we are officially finished paying off our last car. Like, what? Yes, I am so excited about that. So several months ago, I think back in like March, I started a series that then went and it ended, where I was going to share with you guys our debt-free journey. We have still been on that journey. It's just it got hard and it got really not fun, and so I didn't share with you guys what was going on. I would like to get back to starting that with you, because we do still have debt. We have credit card debt, but as of right now, we have no mortgage, we have no car payments, and we have no student loans. I haven't had student loans in probably, I don't know, 10 years or so. Like, I paid off my college loans as fast as I could as soon as I got out of college. But for the first time in my life, I don't have a car payment. Like, what? Now, yes, hello buddy, how are you? So all of our vehicles that we have are older vehicles. Mine is, how old is my vehicle? Like, my husband's vehicle, the one that we just paid off, is 7 years old. The vehicle that I drive, I think, is like 12 years old, and then he has one more that is just, it's his baby. It's been paid off forever and ever, but it's like 20 years old or something like that. Anyway, so we officially have no car payments, and can I just tell you that when we called the bank, on Thursday to find out, because we knew it was coming up. Like, I knew that it was either going to be, my last payment was going to be in August, and then I'd have a partial payment for September, or it would be like, okay, we have a full payment in September and then partial in October, but I knew it was coming up soon. We called the bank on Thursday to find out which of that it was going to be, and they told us it's paid off. Not only that, but because we made a full payment at the end of August, we overpaid. So we got a check back for like $240, I think it was, for the overage. And so it's paid off. I did a happy dance in my bedroom when we got that phone call. I was so excited. So that was definitely a highlight of this week. Like, huge. That was a huge, big deal. So then comes Friday. Friday was interesting. Friday, we did school, we did our normal everyday stuff. I was finally starting to feel like a human again. And Friday evening, no, late afternoon, my husband left to go out of town. And so he was gone from Friday until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. But while he was gone, I was really productive. I got a lot of stuff done. I cleaned up my house, which felt really, really good since I hadn't been able to do anything previously in the week. I went grocery shopping on, I think it was Thursday. Might have been, no, maybe it was Friday. I don't remember. I don't remember when I went grocery shopping. But I went and got some stuff taken care of, and it just felt good. And on Saturday, like I said, I cleaned up. I feel like I'm ready to start the week. I prepped all of the stuff that we need for our week as far as schooling is concerned, and so it just felt really good. Can I just be honest with you guys and tell you that I am very much driven by succeeding at things, by being productive, and it's just, it seriously fuels me. Like, if I can get some stuff done, I'm all about it. So, yeah, we got to watch some college football on Saturday. My team pulled it out in overtime. Oh my gosh, that game made me feel like I was going to have a stroke. In case anyone doesn't know, I will go ahead and let you know. I am an Aggie. Once an Aggie, always an Aggie. Everyone in my house is an Aggie. We all root for A&M. It's just the way that it is. No hateful comments, please. Like, you respect me and I'll respect you. But yes, we were very excited that our team won. College football is really and truly the only sport that I watch, and I really kind of only watch my team and whoever my team's playing. I don't have time to watch a whole lot of sports, but I am extremely excited that my team won. And my kids were watching it with me, and we all did a whole bunch of screaming and jumping up and down, and it was amazing. And can I just take a little break for a second and say, check out the roots I got going on here. Like, what? I mean, I'm sure this whole time, this whole video, you've been going, Melanie, what you got going on up there? Well, what I have going on up here is that my hairdresser was out of town for 10 days, and she got back on Wednesday, and my husband was out of town on Saturday. Needless to say, I have not had time to go see her, but she is one of my best friends, and I cannot wait to go see her, hopefully this week. Please, because this is starting to get pretty rough. Okay, so I'm going to ask y'all's opinion. We're still on our little caveat here, okay? All right, I am thinking about going back to my natural color. As you can tell, this is not my natural color. This is bleached. I do have highlights in my hair that I've had for, I don't even remember how long, years and years and years. I continue to get my hair this color because it's the color, I think it's flattering on me, and my husband likes my hair when it's blonde too. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's a pain to keep up with when it starts doing this. See, look at this, guys. Like, that's some serious growth, right? Y'all can probably see my gray hairs. Oh, that's not good. Stay way back. Okay, so what would you guys do? Would you guys go back to your natural color? I mean, it is cheaper. Just when you go back to natural, it's cheaper. You don't have to pay to get your hair done. But my natural color, in my opinion, makes me feel a little bit drab. It makes me feel a little bit like, ugh. It doesn't make me feel spicy. It doesn't make me feel pretty. But I'm trying to be practical. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do with my hair. Okay, so that pretty much sums up what we did throughout the week. We went to church this morning. Today's Sunday, by the way. We went to church this morning, heard an absolutely amazing message from our pastor. It was one of those situations, and raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. We were talking in the car, my husband and I, on the way to church, and even my oldest girls were chiming in about a specific topic, and I was providing encouragement to him and saying, you know, I was basically just talking to him about staying on the path that God has put you on, even when it's hard, even when it's the hard thing to do. Like, even when it would be easier to deviate from that path and follow the ways of the world, if you want to call it that. I told him, you have to stay on your path. You have to stay zeroed in on what you're doing. And then, wouldn't you know it, we went to church, and that is exactly what my pastor preached about. And I'm sitting in church going, that's right. That's exactly what I was saying. Not that I know nearly even half as much as my pastor does, but I mean, it's just one of those things where we were talking about it, and then immediately we heard a service on it. And I know that my pastor had been preparing this message for over a week, probably 2 or 3 weeks. So I was like, that's awesome. Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys, this is not something I've done in the previous videos, but I thought it was a big deal. It's a big deal for me, so I'm going to share with you. I actually finished reading 2 books this week. I know, I never have the time to read. But if you guys will remember, in my video last week, I talked about my priorities and how I kind of wanted to shift my priorities a little bit and make time for reading. And that's exactly what I've been doing. One of the books that I read, I'll insert a picture here for you guys because I actually kind of already sold it. Or not really sold it, I traded it. There's a website that I use, and I'll leave a link for it in the description box for you guys. This is not a sponsored video, it's just I'm talking about books, and so I thought I would share. It's called paperbackswap.com, and basically you can go onto this website and list books that you want to trade, and there are probably easily over 100,000 members on this site, and they list books, and you know, like, it's just really cool because you can trade books. Like, if someone in Alabama has a book that you want and you live in New Jersey, you can just request the book and they send it to you, and you literally don't have to pay for it. The kind of like the way it works is that the book that I just sent is going to someone in Alabama. So the only part that I have to pay is postage, which is going to be like $3. And then once that person receives that book, they'll mark it as received, and I get a credit that I can then spend on a book from someone else. So it's just really cool. You're still out of pocket a little bit because you're still paying for postage when you actually have to send a book, but when you request a book from someone, you don't pay anything. They mail it to you and it shows up at your house for, you know, free, if you want to call it that. It's just really cool. I've been using it for probably a year or more now, so I'll leave the link for you guys if you're interested in checking it out. But the book that I finished reading was See Me by Nicholas Sparks, and it was a pretty good book. I mean, I like Nicholas Sparks. I think that he is a good writer. It was not my favorite Nicholas Sparks book, but it was pretty good. It was a little bit predictable, or maybe I've just read too many of them. I'm not really sure, but I kind of already had figured out the mystery part of it pretty early on, you know. So anyway, it was a good book, and every now and then I like to read a fiction piece, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I went through it probably in 3 or 4 days, and I would recommend it if you're just wanting something fiction and something, you know, interesting. And then the other book that I finished reading was actually this one right here, called The Life-Giving Home by Sally and Sarah Clarkson. I really, really like Sally Clarkson. I've read a few of her things in the past, and I think she's a wonderful author. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just sharing with you guys. I love to read, and so I thought book suggestions might be a good thing to share. So this is a really good one. It basically breaks down and tells you different ways that you can make your home it says life-giving home. Life-giving, like a memory-making, like how you can connect to your family during different times of the year, if that makes sense. I actually liked it enough that I went onto Amazon and I picked up this one. This is the accompanying book that goes with it, and this is more of a, it's a much smaller book. This one is going to break it down month by month and give you specific how-tos and ideas on things that you can do. So this is something that I'm going to try to implement in our home, and something that I just wanted to share with you guys because I thought that it was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. And so the two that I am starting to read now, the first one is this one. It's called The Fringe Hours. This one is by Jessica Turner, and basically this one, if I remember right, it says Making Time for You on the cover. If I remember right, it's basically just a book about learning how to make more time for yourself in the margin of your day. And learning, if you don't have a margin, how to create a margin in your day. So I'm excited about reading this one. I think it's set up a little bit more almost like a devotional type, as far as like you can actually write in it and take notes and whatnot. I'm going to read it. And then the other one that I'm going to be reading, and I don't know if I'm going to sit down and read one cover to cover or if I'm going to go back and forth. When I go back and forth, I tend to take a lot longer to finish something, so I'm really not sure. But these books are so completely not even close to being on the same topic that I don't really know what I should do. This is the other one that I'm going to be reading. It's called Thinner, Leaner, Stronger, and it says The Simple Science of Building the Ultimate Female Body. And just so that you guys aren't confused about this, I'm not trying to become a bodybuilder. No, that's not me. But I do want to figure out the science behind getting fit and being healthy and doing it the right way. And this one was one that Crystal Payne from the Money Saving Mom talked about this week on her blog. She said her husband has found it to be really, really interesting. And so I thought, sure, why not? I'll give it a try. So this one I'm going to be reading this week, or this one. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed this look back into our week. There were definitely some low points this week, but there were some really awesome points in this week too. Things that I just I was literally jumping for joy. And I think that you know, definitely is going to be more memorable to me than the low points. And I think that that's what it's all about. So thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. If you have not already and you would like to, please hit that red subscribe button. I would love to have you become a part of my YouTube family. I'll be back to talk to you guys soon. Y'all take care. Bye.